So a couple people have asked, so I figure I'd do a quick explanation of how we made the Gadas the other day. So I purchased quickcrete or quick drying concrete or cement, plastic fish bowls, so 2-gallon and 3-gallon fish bowls. So the ones that I made, the 20-kilogram maces, I used a 3-gallon fish bowl, and then this is supposed to be a 10-kilogram mace, and I used a 2-gallon fish bowl. So they're plastic, so they're not going to shatter. You could cut them off if you wanted to, but I probably won't. I'm probably just going to leave them on there, and then if they ever get knocked loose, maybe I'll cut them off. So along with, I ordered bamboo sticks from Amazon. So the ones I ordered were 60 inches and about 2 inches in diameter. This is a little bit less than 2 inches, but they're all pretty close to that. And then we took rebar. So I had rebar cut into 6-inch lengths and some bolts that were about, I think they were 3-inch bolts. It might have been 4-inch bolts, along with nuts. So we took the bamboo poles, we cut them down to approximately 4 feet 6 inches, and then we drilled a hole through the end, whichever side that we wanted to use. I tried to cut them down where we were going to be putting the rebar in just below where one of the knots was, and that kind of helped keep it from splitting, because we did have one that split that we didn't do like that. So we drilled a hole, banged the rebar in, and then we did 2 bolts in different directions. We put a nut on prior to, and then we twisted you don't have to do this, but we twisted the nuts down in order to keep them secure. So once we did that, we weighed out the concrete inside of the fishbowl to figure out how much weight we wanted. Now you're probably going to want to do potentially like a couple pounds less than what your end weight's going to be. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for the water to evaporate out of the concrete, but right now all my maces are heavier than what I planned on them being, which is fine. I guess kind of makes them really heavy. This one is about 27 pounds, which is about 16 point something kilograms, I think, is what we weighed it out at. So poured in the water with the concrete inside of the fishbowl, and then we took a paint mixer, or a cement mixer attached to a drill, put it down in there to mix it up really good, and then we stuck in the bamboo poles into the center. So we took one of the square levels that has, I'll show a picture of it later, but it's got basically a level part at the bottom to do like a 90-degree, and then we put that on top of the fishbowl top right here to level out the bamboo. And then we let it sit for, it really set up in just a couple minutes, so we could, and I just used zip ties and zip tied it to that level so it would stay in place. And then we left it for a couple minutes until it was solid enough to cut off, and we let them sit overnight for about 24 hours. Like I said, I like the plastic fish bowl because you don't have to worry about breaking it. It seems right now like it's going to stay, but if the edges ever knock loose where it's not sticking to the fishbowl anymore, I'll just cut it off. So, but the fishbowl gives a little bit, so it should never crack or break, and when you're filling it up, if it expands or contracts, it's thin plastic, so it should expand with it. So that's basically what we did. There really wasn't much to it. It's pretty easy to do. The first one, we mixed the quickcrete in a bucket to pour into the bowls, which was kind of a hassle. So, and the concrete set up too fast. So we ended up we didn't do that anymore, and we just mixed it all within